Hello my gorgeous peopleini, what do you need to know right now? This horoscope tarot card forecast is going to be for all 12 signs of zodiac, and of course they are going to be individually timestamped. So now I'm going to start with my gorgeous Aries. What do you need to know right now, my gorgeous Aries? What do you need to pay attention to? It is very important for you to understand that very soon you're about to receive a very important message, a very significant message, and this message in particular, it's going to consist of, and it's going to be basically reflecting on things that you have been working on things that you wanted to achieve, on things that you were trying to achieve. This in itself, it really depends on, where you are currently at and what is the most important to you in terms of your work, in terms of your success, in terms of all the things that mean to you so much, but especially when it comes to you, like putting so much energy towards the specific things in your life. So this is going to be quite big for you indeed. And that in itself means that the path, it's almost immediately going to be shown through your own feeling, through your own emotions, through your own vibration, because almost immediately at that moment in time, my gorgeous Aries, you're going to feel like, ooh la la, rather vavavumish in many different ways. And that in itself is going to be absolutely brilliant, because on one hand you are going to have the actual very important idea when it comes to this, when you get this message as well. So first of all, it's going to reflect on things that you have been working on in terms of achievements, and you're going to like it. It's going to mean to you so much that almost at that moment in time, immediately the new path is going to be shown. On one hand, there is a very specific idea that you are going to have, but then on another hand, you are going to become aware of the fact that now this moment in time, after this moment in time, you are going to go like completely full on 100%, million percent, 10 million percent when it comes to you stepping towards a very significant direction in your life, which at that moment in time is going to be absolutely obvious that this in itself, it's going to bring you an ultimate change in your life. And even more so, what I like here as well, my gorgeous Aries, is that you are actually going to have like a really, this in itself, it's going to be kind of strongly connected to the actual and important conclusion. Almost immediately, you are going to have a conclusion, and it's to do with a problem, and it's to do with negativity that was slowing you down over the last 3 months, especially over the last 3 months in particular. So the last 3 months have been rather draining. So now that is coming to an end, and it's going to resolve in you having an important conclusion. This conclusion, you will know most certainly what this is, because the second stage of this conclusion is going to consist of you having an important compromise here. And that in itself is just going to kind of make you feel really artistic and really inspired. You're going to feel very inspired. It's about the inspiration, but also at the same time, it is just like there are certain blockages that you're going to become aware of when it comes to like also like thinking about your future and things like that. This is natural, this is normal at this moment in time. But what am I trying to say here? That you're also going to get the necessary bravery. Now suddenly, you're going to feel like a really overwhelming emotion, when it comes to like thinking about your future, and when it comes to thinking about the next step and things like that. So it's all about like a really establishing what this overwhelming emotions are, where are they coming from, why do you feel like that, why does it make you feel like this? Because it's important to establish all these things, because this is all going to be paving your way towards your own success, because at that moment in time you're also going to plant an important seed, the beginning, an unfoldment, and the first stage of this is going to take place like now, and then after that moment in time, like it's going to be the second stage of this is going to be in the actual July and August 2022. So July and August 2022 are going to have an absolutely remarkable and very strong connection with everything that was happening right now. So it's about this sudden bravery, it's about this sudden enthusiasm, so just please, I hope you understand, it's about you stepping towards an unknown stage, unknown dimension, unknown area in your life, but something within your spirit is going to be calling you, something within your soul is going to be calling you. It's going to be almost impossible to actually ignore this whatsoever. So this is the vibration and path that you're going to need to follow, because at the same time you're going to become aware of how much you grew, how much you changed, you know, and how the specific things, when you kind of like focus now on your future, on the next steps, how these specific things now suddenly the negativity around is going to shift, it's going to disappear. This is all going to come through your own bravery. And when your bravery is on this level, this is only coming and happening and manifesting in your life when the time is absolutely right, my gorgeous Aries. Okay, keep going no matter what. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be having a special message for, it's going to be my gorgeous Taurus, my beautiful Taurini. It's like, oh my God, you just had so much going on. You had so much on your back, you know, and this is like, you know, I'm talking about lots of worries, I'm talking about lots of problems and negativity that you have been through, and this is very kind of important to you, and it's very personal to you, because sometimes, you know, you are going through things, but maybe you don't open up to people as much as you should open up. But it really depends at what time in your life this is happening and what this is all about. But there is the specific problem, not one but quite a few problems that you had to deal with. So very often when you were by yourself, very often before you go to sleep, very often before you kind of trying to relax and chill out and things like that, oh my God, my plant just fall off the wall, my plant just fall, my plant just fall off the wall. My gorgeous Taurinis, I'm gonna have to fix this, I'm sorry. So now you're watching me fixing my plant, you know, this is the one, you see that one? Oh sugar, oh sugar. Honey, you see this? Just fell down, and I knew that this is going to happen. Oh gosh, you can't see here. Okay, so I knew that this is going to happen, my gorgeous Taurinis, you know, and the plant that fell down, like at this moment in time, means that a certain situation is going to happen, and it's really going to blow you away, and it's not even going to be that long, my gorgeous Taurini, until this situation happens and literally blows you away, because a lot is going to become obvious, and it's going to happen completely sudden, out of the blue. A lot is going to become obvious, and then, you know, at the same time you are actually, oh no, at the same time, you know, a lot is going to become obvious, and also it is going to bring you, it's going to happen with an element of surprise, my gorgeous Taurinis. This is where you need to remember, it's going to happen, there you go, it's not going to fall now, it's going to happen with an element of surprise, my gorgeous Taurinis. So this is how I can actually transfer this energy of this plant just falling down right now, because, you know, now it's time to move on, now it's time to get on with your life. Okay, so this is an unexpected situation, it's actually going to take place, it's going to happen, it's going to blow you away, but it's going to shake you up in the best possible way. And this is what this means, my gorgeous Taurinis. It's going to shake you up in the best possible way, and that in itself is going to be brilliant, it's going to be remarkable, because you are going to be left with just one path, one important path to go on, no matter what. Now it's not going to be like, oh my God, I'm not too sure about this, I'm not too sure about that. No baby, no, this is going to be strong, this is going to be powerful, and you will know what to do. It is your path, it is your life, it is your karma, it is your spiritual journey. You live this life how you want to live, you do things in this life how you want to do things in this life, you do things that you want to do for yourself in this life when you want them to do for yourself. So this is why I want to say to you that an unexpected situation is going to happen, and it's going to reveal a clear, direct path. And normally you would be like, oh God, you know, I'm not too sure, you know, I'm not too sure, la la la. But now you will just know that this is something that you should actually do, my gorgeous Taurinis. So this is important. But going back to what I said to you before, my gorgeous Taurinis, it's about the negativity And it's about the problem that you had that was making you feel really negative, and it just drained so much of your energy. It's to do with the blockage, and it's to do with the uncertainty, and it's to do with the sadness. And every time when you would be by yourself, like over the last, let's say, I would say like over the last like about 9 to 12 months, every single time when you were by yourself, you know, you would be kind of worrying a lot. And these worries that you had kind of prevented you from your own manifestation. This is nothing kind of like unusual. It does happen, but then again, at the same time, you know, we just must not give our own energy away, and we reached a certain point in life where we just need to establish like what the next step is going to be. And this is the time when you realize that it's very important to swim against the current. When you're swimming against the current, you follow your spirit, you follow your soul, and this is your guiding light. And this is how you do, you know, when you swim against the current, sometimes this is absolutely necessary no matter what. So what, you know, the stage, what is really good this, because this drains so much of your energy. And I'm telling you, my gorgeous Taurinis, that it has been going on for a while now. So maybe you were just preventing yourself to like do something really important, or naturally to do the next step in your life, but even subconsciously you didn't realize how much you have slowed yourself down. But that caused like lots of worries and lots of uncertainties and lots of negativities. And I'm so happy to tell you that this caused so much on your back. You had a lot to deal with. There is so much like negativity and like a very heavy baggage, you know, you had all this time. And especially, as I said, in between the last 9 to 12 months, it has been rather difficult. And now I want to say that this is so big. You're reaching a very important stage of your life. You are reaching a very important moment in your life, my gorgeous Taurinis. And the moment that you're reaching, this is coming to an end. Karmically, you're coming to an end with this. So it's all about you realizing that, you know, that the huge, massive, enormous weight of your shoulder is going to be lifted. And there is a message that you're going to get, information that you're going to get hold of, that you're going to have beforehand. And this is going to open your eyes. And then what you're going to see after that moment in time, and what you're going to kind of like really think about at the same time, about the message that you received, it's all going to lead in towards a certain stage where you're going to realize that, oh my God, thank God, you know, huge, massive, enormous light at the end of the tunnel. Something really really awful energy, like a very dark and heavy negative energy is about to be shifted, and you're going to be aware of that like immediately, my gorgeous Taurinis. This is very important indeed. It's time for the next step, because the very negative stage of your life, it's coming to an end slowly. On another hand, it's all about communicate as much as you can, open yourself up as much as you can. This is the time to like really reconnect with people in your life, because there's some quite important people that are about to start entering your life as well. When I say important people are about to enter your life slowly as well, these people are going to be strong aspects of your spiritual journey, of what you're doing right now, and which people you need to come across. So on one hand, you're going to come across some very interesting people, but at the same time, these people are going to be playing a very special role when it comes to your life, because there are certain things that you're going to learn from them. There are certain things that you're going to become aware from them. There are certain things that you're going to realize through these people as well. So there are so many aspects that are going to be covered at the same time, but it's also about the wonderful energy that is going and flowing so beautifully towards the direction that these wonderful people wants this energy to flow towards. And this is something that you're going to pick up on, and this is something that is going to leave a really amazing imprint, energetic and spiritual imprint on your life. And it's going to awaken you almost immediately. You're going to start feeling yourself again. You're going to start slowly dreaming again, if you weren't dreaming. You're going to start like kind of like realizing that, you know, when you're not kind of thinking too much, and you open your mouth, you talk, you just go, you just flow, you're just so free, and you're so balanced, and you're talking about the right things, and you're like kind of like highlighting the right things at the same time. So this is what I'm talking about, my gorgeous Taurini. So this is going to be really, really important. Working with the people, it's important. Okay, communicating, it's important. Getting yourself out there and carrying on with your life, it's really, really important indeed. And you are going to have a really significant compromise here. And the compromise is going to happen when you're surrounded by the people and when you're doing something that you really love. Now this compromise, it's also going to reveal two things about yourself. yourself, something very specific that you didn't know, and you're gonna like it. And another thing that is going to be revealed, it's what your current path is. There is nothing to worry about. You will know. Just carry on and keep going, my gorgeous Taurinis. It's very important. What you're working on right now, it's going to succeed. Okay, so now the next the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous Gemini, my beautiful Geminini. Is just basically, where did you go, my beautiful Geminini? Oh my god, you know, is this like a bit of a disagreement with someone? I need you to work on this disagreement with someone. This is very important. And I'm not saying like, oh yeah, just like go and kiss everybody who you had a fight with. No baby, no, my gorgeous Geminini, I have seen this before. You have either fallen out with somebody who's very important to you, or there was some kind of communication breakdown or some kind of miscommunication. You need to work on this. This is very important time of your life to understand that, you know, sometimes, you know, people go through like very strange things in their lives, and people live lives in their own ways, and some people are very open-minded and some people are sadly very closed-minded. Those that are very open-minded are always going to be open-minded. Those that are very closed-minded are sadly, most of them are always going to be very closed-minded. And this is how it is. This is how it's going to be, and this is how always was, you know, in this life. So you allow yourself to be as open as you can, but at the same time you need to kind of blend with things around you in such a specific way where you just simply need to be aware of your own gorgeousness, you know, be aware of your own uniqueness when it comes to you being open, when it comes to your understanding, when it comes to you being aware of things. But sorry, at the same time, you know, it's strange, it's weird, it's bizarre, but this is, at the same time, there are some people that are absolutely wonderful that you're going to become aware of. You will know who this is. Some people are absolutely wonderful, really beautiful people, but they're just very closed-minded. You know, you just have to take that with a pinch of salt. And that when people are very closed-minded, then they are sadly very easy to manipulate, like by the forces, dark, negative, strange forces, you know. So it's just basically, it is something that you just always remind yourself that you have like a blessing, you know, like a really great spiritual gift, because you know, you're very open, you're very open-minded, you're not easy to manipulate, but at the same time you are aware of things in your life, you know, you're aware of things around you. When something is okay, you're aware it's okay. When something is bad, you immediately know it's bad. So this is what I'm talking about. Going back, so I don't go too much off the subject, sorry my gorgeous Geminini, but going back to you understanding the, you just have to realize this, who this is, that you need to kind of amend something with them. So it's somebody who is important to you, like a family member, a friend, or someone that you still have some kind of a beef with, or some kind of like a negative energy needs to be adjusted, because if it's not adjusted right now, it is going to go on the next level. You know, sometimes in this life also things don't work out exactly how we want them, and that's life. And sometimes we also have to expect that people are different, and if people are different and they respond to us differently, it doesn't mean that they're horrible and they're evil. If they're easy to manipulate, or if they're closed-minded and this is stealing their energy, it's just the way things are. So just be happy that you are the way you are, and be happy that you understand how much you understand, but that's just like try to work out who this actually is. Because if you don't, so you need to kind of like really see, maybe it wasn't really horrible argument, it could have been horrible argument, misunderstanding, or just something little, like, you know, really insignificant, but it affected your relationship. So you need to work this. It is very important. It is a very, very important for you to establish who this is and work on this, because it's to do with your karma. Very heavily, it's to do with your karma. So as soon as you do this, as soon as you establish who this is, you know, there is very beautiful compromise. It's going to be followed in between you and that person, and that compromise, it's also going to unfold in lots of little presents for both of you, emotional presents, but also like energetic presents, because you're doing the right thing, so you should karmically be rewarded. This is very important for you to do. I know it sounds really bizarre, but if you don't establish who this is, or if you just keep on like maybe being a bit of like a negative towards that other person, then you are only going to slow yourself down. So this is to do with your process, it's to do with your unfoldment, it's to do with your life. So this is very important for you to understand, my gorgeous Gemini. You're only going to slow yourself down. So this is something that you need to work on, and the bottom line is, whatever is going on, no matter what, just make sure that you both are not left with a bitter taste in your mouth. You know, just make sure that you are like kind of resolve this negative situation, because you're going to find this absolutely super beneficial, and you're going to do the cleverest thing ever later on. This is, my God, you're doing something huge now by mending this, by fixing this, but because later on it's not going to be that long, but later on this is going to be obvious to you what you did here and what you've done, because it's going to get back to you in million ways, okay, in million different ways, in a ways that you couldn't even think it's possible right now. Okay, so this is something, please, to just keep in mind, my gorgeous Gemini. On another hand, it's just basically what else I was going to say. Yeah, it is also like, it just looks like you are in a bit of a crossroads, and the crossroads that you are at is, you need to think about, it's the crossroads that you have found yourself at is kind of caused by somebody else, not yourself. You did what you needed to do, you did what you had to do, but the crossroads that you have found yourself at is because somebody else's input towards that particular path that you have found yourself on, it didn't happen. So maybe somebody promised something to you and they didn't fulfill their promise. Maybe somebody just kind of like really didn't help you out with something. Maybe somebody didn't step in when you needed it to step in. So I want you to understand that that situation needs to stop. You need to take this solo. If there was a project that you had with somebody else and then you want to join this with someone else, and then that person let you down, then you need to go solo. But before you go solo, you need to take on as much as you can on yourself primarily, because now it's the time, because you're also going to realize how powerful you are, how strong you are, how courageous you are, and how brave you're gonna become every single time when you actually take something on your own. I'm not saying that you're doing things with other people, but I think that this is going to be absolutely obvious what I'm talking about. You have got everything you needed to have. So you have got the necessary knowledge, you have got the necessary balance, you have got the necessary understanding. So it's all about lots of things that you have picked up along the way over the last quite few years now, my gorgeous Gemini. So I want you to understand, when you find yourself on the crossroads, you need to understand two things. You need to take on yourself as much as you can without depending on other people. And then on another hand, I'm not saying that you depend. And then on another hand, my gorgeous Gemini, at the same time, there is something that is going to need to change. So for example, you had a certain path, but that path that you're currently on, it's fine. But there needs to be a big change. So let's say you were working on a certain project, it's absolutely fine. But this is where this kind of indecisiveness is going to come. When you come to that moment, when you come to that problem, you just need to take on as much as you can, primarily on yourself. I really hope this makes sense, because it's very complex indeed. But on another hand as well, it is just about a slight change. You need to allow yourself to really grab hold of the actual new pathway, which is coming in very slowly but surely. But it's only on you to realize this. So it's not like a complete change, but it's maybe that something that you were working on, just you can abandon that and go for something else. And this else, what I'm talking about, it's about to come in, but it's on you to realize this, because you're absolutely fine. So when you find yourself on a crossroads, you just need to understand this is absolutely brilliant. This is like a gift. It's like a God's blessing which is going to happen to you. But at the same time, it's almost like you need to stop the certain project, like kind of like something that you were working on, and just go for another one. I really hope this makes sense. It's to do with your necessary experience that you've already had, but also at the same time, you know, it's to do with your passion, passion, it's to do with your soul fire, it's to do with your spiritual fire, my gorgeous Gemini, but also it's to do with you feeling this bravery and feeling this excitement that you didn't feel in a long time, especially when it comes to like really starting a new journey. This is very important because you are about to start a new journey, my gorgeous Gemini, indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous Cancer, my beautiful Cancerini. It's like, oh my God, you're about to see something, you know, like, oh my God, what are you going to see? It's going to be like, hello, my darling, you're gorgeous. You're going to see me and you're going to think, he is gorgeous. No, I'm joking. You're about to see something, my gorgeous Cancerini, you know, something so important, and something that you're going to see is just going to really, it's like it's going to give you so many ideas. It's going to inspire you. You will feel your own like a spiritual essence, you know. Your soul is going to be speaking to you, your spirit is going to be speaking to you, and what you're going to see, it's going to help you to connect and reconnect with yourself and with your passion again. What you're going to see, it's also going to be along the lines what you were kind of reading about not that long ago, what you were focusing on, what you were learning about, what you were like kind of finding out about. You know, it's to do with things that make you feel good about yourself, but it's also to do with things in your path, the things that you love doing, things that you love enjoying, and things like that. So this is brilliant, my gorgeous Cancerini. So, you know, not that long ago, you were reading about this, you were learning about it, about this, you were absorbing this wonderful energy. And it depends what you love doing, what you enjoy doing, what makes you feel happy, what makes you feel good, what makes you feel vavavumish, you know, what makes you feel successful. You know, it really depends on your current spiritual journey. But what you're gonna see, you're gonna be able to connect to what you read about not that long ago, what you were watching, what you were hearing about, what you were energetically absorbing in the best possible way, in the form of like you making the next step in your life, you know. So now you're gonna see very, very soon something, my gorgeous Cancerini, that is just going to really answer an important question to you. But above all, it's going to inspire you, it's going to make you feel alive again, it's going to give you like all sorts of idea, it's going to make you, it's going to bring you so much inspiration. Almost immediately you're going to become aware of like, oh my God, when you see this, you know, when you're going to see the situation, my gorgeous Cancerini, you know, like, there are going to be so many things that you're going to be inspired by, you know. And it's also like you're going to become aware like the certain prospects, to certain projects, you know, with so many possibilities that you didn't even dream before that you could actually have. But you just need to give a credit to yourself, you know. At the same time, you know, it's like you are going to be so wise, because, you know, you're going to start opening yourself up spiritually so beautifully, so nicely, so amazingly, my gorgeous Cancerini. So it is just like, you know, a lot is going to be on your mind in terms of spirituality. Like, you will want to be spiritual, very spiritual. You will want to do things that are very like kind of like good to you. You will want to like kind of read like about spiritual things. But it's not only about that, it's about being aware of your own wiseness and being aware of how far your words and your thoughts can actually travel, and how beautifully you can respond to people around you without even thinking too much. You know, this is a wonderful state of your mind, wonderful state of your spirit, wonderful state of your soul, my gorgeous Cancerini, when you reach this level, because you need to make the most of it. When you kind of like a talk and then you surprise yourself, oh my God, like I'm saying this and I'm saying that, I didn't feel so wise in ages and things like that. You know, this is a wonderful time that you need to make the most of, especially in terms of the next step, in terms of progress, because, you know, you're very clever normally, but now you're going to be like super clever and super powerful, because you're not going to need to do much, and a lot is going to come out of you, and the actual energy is going to be perceived by other people in a very special and beautiful way. You're going to like it indeed. And you know, someone very, very beautiful, it's also, you see, another thing I was going to say, my gorgeous Cancerini, that someone beautiful, it's like about to really enter your life as well. A beautiful spirit, a beautiful soul. And this person is going to be playing such an important role, because, you know, this person is going to enter your life at a time when you need this kind of type of person and type of people the most, because it's going to also play a significant role when it comes to inspiration. This is someone very strong, strong, very powerful, very unique, but it's also that vibrant energy that you're going to find super beneficial. So someone very beautiful, it's about to enter your life, and this person is also going to make an absolutely massive, giant, enormous, significant change on so many different levels. And I really, really like it. From the moment that person enters your life, there is so much that is going to start changing, and especially in terms of the actual bravery and that particular energy. Be brave, my gorgeous Cancerini. Your braveness is your power. Being brave and stepping towards things in our lives in our own unique way. We are like more than halfway there just by being brave, because that energy is absolutely remarkable, especially when it's like kind of like a really leveled up with our way of thinking, with our manifestation. Then we become like a big spiritual bomb. So this is really important indeed. And also you are, my gorgeous Cancerini, are gonna find yourself like a pretty much so you know, soon you're gonna find yourself like being very indecisive, and the reason why you're gonna feel indecisive, it's only because you will see that, you know, it is something is just still going to be slowing you down when it comes to your way of thinking. So you really need to break free. You need to break through this, something very thick and something very dark and something very heavy and something very negative is going on. And the sooner you establish what this is, the better it's going to be. The sooner you establish what this is, you're going to realize also at the same time that the answer was within you all this time. There was some kind of answer that was within you all this time, something that you always knew, but you just weren't giving credit to yourself. So this is what you need to remember when you find yourself being rather indecisive. But also when it comes to that really thick and negative energy, it is just you need to establish that, you know, what element and what part of your life is actually causing this. You need to break through this. You need to break free. And it's often, very often, to do with the actual negativity picked up from the outside. Okay, the negativity, sadness, darkness. No, baby, no. You create your own light. You do not wait for something dark to kind of like gives you a fake light. You create your own light, my gorgeous Cancerini. So when that happens, just remember that you need to break through this moment in time, because you know the answer. The answer is within you, but you have to allow yourself to move on with your life. And only you can do this, my gorgeous Cancerini. No one else can do it for you. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Leone. My gorgeous Leo, what do you need to know, baby? Do you know what? You are... I've got something in my eye. I've got something in my eye. Sorry, just a second. You see, I start Leo and I have something in my eye. I've got 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 something in my eye. My goodness. Sorry. I've got something in my eye. God help me, please. Listen, you know what, my gorgeous Leone, listen, you are about to have a remarkable turn around. You are about to see something. You're about to become aware of something. You are about what you're going to see. And what you're going to become aware of is going to make you realize that your life is about to change. But you have to stay strong, you have to keep going, and you have to understand that you're on the right path. Although the things are like, oh my God, very slow and very difficult and very bizarre at the moment. But you just need to understand that you are on the right path. Because very, very soon you're about to realize the success that you weren't aware of. Great, brilliant success. But at the same time, that in itself is going to inspire you like never before. And it's not only about feeling inspired, but pay attention to when you become aware of this certain success, like a good news, like ooh la la. At the same time, you just need to get hold of this vibrancy, this energy, because at the same time, you are are gonna become aware of other opportunities that you weren't aware of before, and even more importantly, how you're gonna get there very quickly, how you're gonna get that very soon. So almost immediately there is going to be a miraculous time span that you're gonna become aware of, how you get to the certain stage, when you're gonna get to the certain stage of your life, when it comes to the certain journey, something that you're working on, something that you're planning. You're gonna become aware of the fact that it's gonna happen and manifest much sooner, much shorter. And it's like, oh my God, 7 months. Within the next 7 months there is a lot. Within the next 7 months there is a lot that is gonna happen. There is a lot that is gonna come to you, my gorgeous Leone. And this, just knowing, and having the sense of the actual time spans, how long is something going to take, it can make the world of changes. It's brilliant. It can bring like the world of changes in itself, because it's not only the vibration that we go for, that we pay attention to when we feel something, but now the sense of timing, it's also kind of going to really bring the missing parts of the picture. And once these missing parts of the picture like manifest themselves right in front of you, there is so much that you're gonna gather out of it. And this is important in terms of inspiration, because your inspiration is your power. Your power is your inspiration. This is your light, and this is something that is going to keep you going. My gorgeous Leonis, there is a very, very important opportunity you are going to become aware of. And it's not going to be that long. Just remember this. There is a very important opportunity that you are going to become aware of. This opportunity is going to be a mind-blowing in so many different ways, because there are going to be so many possibilities around it. And this is brilliant. And energetically, it's going to be like, oh my God, it's going to make you feel very optimistic. It's going to make you feel really excited. It's going to make you feel so good about yourself, and it's just going to become that spiritual food, at the same moment, in that moment in time. Not only that you're going to feel enthusiastic, but almost immediately in that moment in time, it's going to bring that surge, surge to explore. And this is an undeniable feelings and emotions that we become aware of, that are so matching perfectly our vibration, that you will just know this is something you need to do. And of course that it's going to be connected almost immediately to you kind of becoming aware of like a very big change that you're about to have, very big change, which is going to reflect primarily so much on your home, on your immediate environment. This is like a big picture. Suddenly you're going to find yourself being completely bored with things that kept you going, with things around you, and looking at the big picture, like what is the ultimate way of feeling kind of bored? It means that you will just want to move on. So pretty much so, either like a huge change within immediate environment, like completely change, or you will want to move. Something is just going to be pushing you forward. But the way forward is really important for you to really focus on right now, because the more you focused you are, the further you're gonna go, the more difficult you feel and have around you, and the more blockages you have, the more powerful you're actually going to be. Just remember this every single time, because you are gonna find yourself at the beginning of the stage in your life which is going to change so much. The more you take on right now, the more you're gonna grow. The more you start right now, the more things you start, the more things you're gonna do, the more successful you're going to be. This is a very sacred time of the year that I can actually really explain this like the new moon and the full moon. When it's the new moon, it's a different energy to the actual full moon. When it's the new moon, then we just kind of tend to start new things, because when we start new things in the new moon, it's a really great time, because as the moon is growing, the more powerful our project becomes through our own energy. We become more powerful, our project becomes more powerful. It just grows in a very special and very unique way indeed. So this is the energy that I'm talking about. I'm talking about the energy energy of the new moon. So you are having like kind of like, the more you take on, the more successful you're going to be. And there is something really that you have to work on, like maybe a little bit legal and things like that, that is just going to make you feel like, oh my god, should I do this or not? But you know, you just have to go with your essence, you know, because you're going to do really, really great. Because I know that legally you're going to be thinking about something, and someone is going to make you feel a little bit worried, you know, when it's something to do with something legal, you know, legal stuff, legal things and things like that. So but you have to really put your foot down, because if you don't, someone will try to take an advantage of you. You need to remember this. And what I also like is, it's like basically you're gonna have a really beautiful spiritual moment, you know, that you will know that things are going to start changing for you, in terms of like, you will be able to do so much more, you will be able to express yourself so much more. But the bottom line is, in terms of your life and being like kind of like a free, and doing things that you want, like a free spirit, free soul, in so many different ways. And I really like it, because you didn't like things that have been happening in your life over the last maybe 24 months. They were very slow, and maybe, you know, you didn't kind of feel this kind of ecstatic essence, or you didn't feel this optimistic energy, you know. So this affected so many things within you, in terms of like your own way of thinking. But on another hand, it's just like, you're gonna realize, you know, that there is an answer within you. There is, you know, it's all, you will see, it's a beautiful spiritual moment, like, oh my god, and the more I do this, the more successful I'm going to be. The more I do this, the more things are going to make sense. The more I do this, the more I'm going to protect myself. The more I do this, the more things are going to make sense to me. It's about swimming against the current, but also allowing yourself at the same time to just walk through this life really freely, without letting the negative devilish energy to drain your power away from you. Okay, so now, before I do my gorgeous Virgolini, I'm going to be 1 second, because I forgot my water. I forgot my water. I will be 1 second. Beautiful, beautiful girl from the north, you burn my heart with a flickering torch. My gorgeous Virgolinis, I love you so much. I had to go and get a little bit of water, because otherwise my mouth would get so dry, and I was like, oh no. Okay, anyway. So now, my gorgeous Virgolinis, you know, also what I wanted to say to you, that it's about the most important, most powerful moment in your life, in terms of inspiration and in terms of what you need to do next. You will know that, you know, this is a very important inspiration that is coming into your life. It's coming into your dimension. And this inspiration that I'm talking about, it's like gonna be absolutely undeniable, because you are, just by thinking about it, you're gonna start feeling different. You're gonna start living again. You're gonna find this absolute vibrancy, like absolutely mind-blowing in so many different ways. I'm not saying that you weren't living like and things like that, but I'm just saying that everybody has been affected with things that have been going on, in terms of the energy, and in terms of like not knowing like what to do next, and in terms of like being stuck a little bit at the moment. This is nothing unusual. So everybody was affected at the moment, which is completely normal, and it's completely natural to respond this way, with this sort of like kind of energy. But you know, it all goes up until the certain moment in time. It all goes up until the certain, like a certain, you know, time. And now your moment in time is what I'm talking about. You are about to have an inspiration of your life. This is going to be undeniable. What I'm talking about is just like a mixture of like your work, it's a mixture of your life, it's the mixture of your lifestyle, it's the mixture of where you live, it's the mixture of what you're doing. Everything is absolutely going to change so much with this inspiration. But that inspiration, so it's not only about like, yeah, new work, new career, la la la. No, baby, no. You are gonna have an inspiration to work on the specific part of your life that was bothering you, that was slowing you down, that made you feel really negative, that made you feel really nervous, that made you feel really uncertain. And especially when it comes to the last year, the whole year in your life, my gorgeous Virgolini, was affected with this. And now it's time to stop. Now it's time to finish this. Now it's time to end this, because pretty much so it's about you understanding and realizing which part of your life, oh, you know what, this is slowly coming to an end because it's making me feel negative and sad and bored and not really good. But that this part of your life has been bothering you for like about a year now, because there was this certain aspect that happened just out of the blue that caused lots of dark water, lots of dark like waves around you, which messed up quite a lot. So that left you with pretty much so like a very a negative spiritual knot, very negative dark spiritual knot. This is actually left you. So the karmic knot, when we are left with the karmic knot, so it's something that we are constantly worrying about that happened in your life over like about 1 year ago, within the last 1 year, but it's just like kind of surprised you, but it also like really slowed you down so much, and you could not stop thinking about this whatsoever. And if you don't understand what this is, just try to pay attention to what is on your mind every single morning, what is bothering you, what is making you feel unhappy, what is making you feel uncertain, so you can establish what this is. But also, most importantly, not that long after you establish what this is, but you will know what this is, because this inspiration that I'm talking about, it's going to be completely undeniable. So first of all, you're going to see something, my gorgeous Virgolini, an inspiration, like a huge massive inspiration, and that in itself, it's really going to confirm this path for you. So you're going to need to work, and this is going to require from you to work on that spiritual knot that I was actually talking about, that affected every single aspect of your life. And you will keep on putting things behind. I'll do this later, I'll do this later, I'll do this later. But the sooner you do this, the better it's going to be, because this inspiration is just gonna like really gonna feel different, and it's gonna help you to reconnect with yourself. And that in itself is going to be a remarkable starting point, because if you don't act on this inspiration, so it's an inspiration that is going to help you to open yourself up, but it's also going to make you aware that you're going to need to deal with something that happened within the last year and caused your plans to actually go down and affected your plans. So your plan, you're going to realize after this moment that your plans are there. You stick to your plans, you do what you want to do in this life, because otherwise, you know, it's just like basically someone is going to take an advantage of you here. So you need to carry on with this certain plan. So it's not about like, you know, stopping this or ending or ending this or something like that. It's nothing to do with that, but it's about feeling inspired so much that, you know, almost immediately it's going to become obvious what you actually need to do in order to kind of fix this, you know, in order to work on this energy. Because if you don't kind of like really step forward, someone is going to take an advantage of you, and this is not good. Someone might take something that's yours. So it's about the inspiration inspiration, my gorgeous Virgolinis, that you are going to have very, very soon. And that inspiration is going to set you free in so many different ways. On one hand, you're going to need to put your foot down, but then on another hand, you know that this is the right thing to do, because if you don't put your foot down when it comes to that inspiration, this is a very sacred part of your life. If you don't put your foot down, then you know it is not good. It's just, you just have to put your points across, and you don't have to be rude, you don't have to be argue, you don't have to explode whatsoever, but you do have to put your foot down, because if you don't, someone is going to take an advantage of you. And I'm telling you that this is to do with the situation that happened like within the last year. So it's to do with your plans, and it messed up your plans. So you're not going to stop your, these are to do with your sacred plans, with important things to you, with the significant things to you that make you feel so happy on so many different levels, you know. So it's not about stopping your plans, you know, but it's just basically coming up with a new plan, with just exactly carrying on with your life, but just making a slightly different plan, you know. It's about the actual, so your plan is staying, you're doing the same thing that you were doing before, but it is just going to be slight change in priorities in order to deal with this thing, okay? It's to do with the change of priorities, you know. So this is something that you need to do. So it's the same things that you were working on, the same things that you were doing, but it's just like doing things maybe the other way around, different way around. Instead of buying this, you buy this. Instead of getting this, you get this. Instead of starting something with this, you start with this. But it would be like starting the other way around, but it doesn't matter, because you're going to start the other way around. The answer to that is you will protect what's yours. Just remember this, my gorgeous Virgolinis. This is very, very important. And also, on another hand, you know, it's to do with a situation that really kind of like made you feel so messed up, and it broke your heart, and it made you feel really negative and sad. So now this is also going to start the process of healing that you needed so much. And also, in order to kind of like start with this inspiration, you will realize that you're going to become well aware of the fact that what your driving force is going to be. You will not want someone to take piss out of you, you know. You will not want someone to really, you will be able to see through someone, you will be able to see through these people, so you will not be let someone to take an advantage of you. And that in itself is going to result in this wonderful like a healing energy almost immediately like taking over. And once this healing energy around you takes over, you're just going to start questioning yourself, why haven't I done this such a long time before? Because there's so many things that are going to become clear, and you're going to be like, why didn't I do this before? But then sometimes in life we have to wait a little bit until we reach this certain moment, so it doesn't really matter. You've been suffering because of this made you feel negative and sad because it blocked you, so you couldn't be free within yourself, because every single time when you plan about something or you think about something, or every time when you wake up in the morning, is that specific problem on your mind. So this is something you need to establish. And then on another hand, also you're going to need to make a quite important decision here, and you will see this is going to be drastic, this is going to be huge, and it's just like basically the decision, it's going to be about, you know, your own happiness. You have to really really connect and reconnect with yourself in terms of like your immediate environment. There is going to be really big change, so whether you're going to just make a complete change like within your immediate environment, just go for it if you feel like it. A lot is going to come to you while you're doing it, you know, while you're at it. Or you will completely want to change like your residence, or you want to change, like you're going to start thinking now suddenly about a change, you know, like going somewhere else. This is nothing unusual, because there is a lot of planning that you are going to have. There are lots of planning that are going to be on your mind, and you are about to find yourself very, very busy. You have to understand, my gorgeous Virgolinis, the more you take on from now on, the more you take on, the better it's going to be. The more you take on, the better and more successful you're going to be. The more you take on, the more powerful you are going to become. The more you take on, the more you're going to find out about yourself. The more you take on, the more mind-blowing this stage of your life, the outcome of everything that's happening right now, it's actually going to be. Really, really, you really need to understand that, you know, you are gonna have this very powerful energy when it comes to starting new things and when it comes to starting new project, but also when it comes to you standing your ground, when it comes to you like being focused, and when it comes to you like kind of being centered. You know, this is very important, because you know you're about to take your skill on the whole next level. You're about to take your own internal power on the whole next level through your own skills. So please, my gorgeous Virgolinis, this is to do with your personal calling. Your personal calling, it's gonna be undeniable, and it's gonna manifest, and it's gonna happen like my lord so soon. And this is why there is so much gonna be going on. This is why there is so much gonna be happening, but it is like a challenging situation of everything else that I've mentioned so far, because it's to do with your personal call and the challenging personal call, your soul call, your spirit call. This is all part of you. This is all part of who you are. This is all part of your integral process. Please, you need to understand that, you know, this life, there is no point to live this life if we are always sad, negative, and if you're always waiting like for ages for some specific moment in order to do something. No, baby, no. What you want to do, you do it now. What you want to do, you do it when you want it. What you want to do, you do it when you feel like it. What you want to do, you do through your own reflection, through your own passion, through your own fire in your soul. When your soul and spirit speaks to you, not when someone else makes you to do it, not when someone else pushes you towards the negativity and sadness that absolutely doesn't make sense. Trust yourself. This is your spiritual journey, my gorgeous Virgolinis, indeed. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous Libra. Where are you? There you are, my gorgeous Libra. My lord, what are you going to find out? What are you going to find out? My God, there is someone very wise. Just a second. Sorry, Libra. Sorry. Oh dear. My gorgeous Libra, there is someone wise, very wise. It's about to play a huge role in your life. Someone very wise. It's about to enter your energy. Someone very wise. It's about to enter your dimension. Someone really wonderful. Someone really important. Someone really wise. Someone really kind of different, but so spiritual and so beautiful and so powerful in so many different ways. Not only when it comes to their spirituality. Sorry. Not only when it comes to their spirituality, but when it comes to like their success, their general success. You know, I'm talking about someone really powerful here, and this person could be someone in your life, or this person could be somebody who you watch or somebody who you listen to and things like that. It doesn't really matter. It's someone who you really strongly connect to, because that person is going to play an absolutely mind-blowing role when it comes to you realizing something, when it comes to you having this absolutely mind-blowing spiritual key. This spiritual key is not going to open 1, not 2, not 3, but this spiritual key is about to open 7 doors for you, my gorgeous Libra. This spiritual key, where you're gonna find out what the information that you're gonna get hold of through this particular person is not going to open all these doors, but it's going to inspire you so much. Every now and then there are people that are playing an absolutely mind-blowing role in our lives. They happen in our lives. They manifest in our lives when they're meant to manifest. They're very strong in so many different ways. They're real people in our lives, because this one is going to play a mind-blowing role when it comes to you realizing something in that right moment in time. This is going to light up the passion within like never before, and once you light up the passion within like never before, it's going to open your eyes, and it's going to give it your sense of energy that was missing for so long, and it's very difficult to like kind of just let that go. And this is exactly what you need to do. This is exactly what you want to do. This is exactly what you have to do. You just have to keep kind of following this energy and vibration, because now it's time for you really to make a quite important decision. This is going to lead towards you really having enough of the certain lifestyle and the certain type of your life, but at the same time it's going to really you know, it's going to make you think about suddenly about your future. It's all going to start looking bright. Suddenly it's going to start looking quite delicious when it comes to your future. You're going to like it. It's the vibration that is absolutely undeniable, and it's not only about you think about your future like with so much excitement. You know, at that moment in time there is so much that is going to start growing within you in terms of manifestation. So this is brilliant. So pay attention to how suddenly, my gorgeous Libra, you're gonna feel like, oh my god, so excited and so inspired about certain elements about your future. So the elements about your future that you feel inspired by, why are you not doing them? Why are you not following them? Why are you not throwing yourself on that path? Or why are you not on that path already? It doesn't really matter, because it's all about you establishing this, realizing this. So it's not only about like suddenly establishing what exactly are you gonna feel very strong connection when it comes to your future. So it's not only about that, but it's at the same time about the little hidden paths that you're gonna become aware of, that you weren't aware of before, how to get there. So that is also gonna be really brilliant, because you know it is going to almost immediately the stone from your heart, or whatever, you know, the stone from your heart, you know, like it's like the heaviness on your shoulder, like I can't talk anymore, the burden, the very heavy burden. Yes, that's it, da la la, hallelujah. Very heavy burden, it's gonna come out, very heavy burden you will be able to get rid of, my gorgeous Libra. So this is really important, because something, you know, the type of life and your lifestyle that you no longer want to live, now suddenly it's going to become a burden that you will want to like really remove yourself from. And that heavily becomes so kind of significant and dark only when we just karmically learn something so important. So on one hand, karmically you learn something important, but then again on another hand, you know, it's all about the spiritual lesson that you're going to be able to use for the rest of your life, because at the same time you will know exactly what to do, what kind of to avoid and to prevent like a certain things that took over your life and they didn't have to. You will realize that all this time the power was within you, and that's the power that you need to follow. That's the light that you need to like be part of. That's something that, you know, is going to be directly communicating to you in terms of like feeling very strong passion when it comes to like things about your future. So pay attention to like when you wake up in the morning, you know, like it's going to be very often something on your mind. Oh yeah, I'm going to do this, you know, or just pay attention to what is completely keep drifting back into your mind when it comes to your present situation, but also when it comes to your future planning. So all these things are going to help you to connect with yourself as well. And you know, on another hand, it's like you're gonna feel very strongly that now, my gorgeous Libra, it's literally time to move on with your life. And this is important because it's all about the inspiration that you're gonna feel, and also an important insight as well. Okay, it is just like on another hand, it's like, you know, having this feeling like that your life, it's about to dramatically change, but not being explained, not being able to explain where this feeling is completely coming from or currently coming from. But again, you will be recognize this in form of the inspiration. How come you suddenly feel inspired to do this, to do that? So this is the way your spirit is going to be talking to you and communicating to you, and this is exactly what you should be following, my gorgeous Libra. And there is an element of you that you're not doing and you should be doing, something that you left in the past, and it's something the way you express yourself. There is something is missing, and you stop doing something, and you should be doing this because you're very good at it. You're really brilliant at it. There is something that you need to bring into your life. Maybe it's drawing, maybe it's taking photos, maybe it's painting, you know, maybe it's singing, la la la. You know, it's something that you're not doing, but you're so good at it. But now it's time to bring that in. It's missing, and you will know why. Because as soon as you become aware of what that is, it is going to really make such an amazing impact of your life in terms of your own vibration. It's going to be increased immediately, and that is also going to be super beneficial for your focus as well. Okay, so now before I do my gorgeous Scorpione, who is a Scorpio, just a second. I want to break free. just having my water. My water is so good. I love my water. Open your heart to love, my gorgeous Scorpione. Open your heart to love. There is someone really specific who is about to enter your life. Someone who's going to make you feel rather vavavumish in a completely different way to anybody else. So just open up, my gorgeous Scorpione, because I'm seeing someone really special about to walk into your life. Or actually, I don't see one person, but I'm seeing quite a few of them. Naughty Scorpione, what are you going to be up to? Behave. No, I'm joking. You are going to have someone really special walking into your life, so you need to open yourself up to this, my gorgeous Scorpione, because this is going to be someone quite special. But on another hand, there are quite a few people are gonna walk into your life, but not in terms of like lovey-lovey, you know, not this, but there are other few people that are about to cross your path and enter your life that are going to be playing a quiet, significant role. Very strong roles are going to be walking into your life. People who are going to be playing really important roles. So how do you know this? You know, how it's going to happen? Well, now suddenly you will see there's certain messages that you're going to get from people that are going to like feel very strong and very different, and these are the people to pay attention to. There are going to be some people that are going to be connected to the blast from the past that are also going to like kind of going to make themselves known. You know, there's so many different ways that these people are going to kind of like really make themselves known in your life. So one of them is going to be a bit of a vavavumish person, someone very, very special indeed. But then other people are going to also play an important role when it comes to your spiritual journey, because it's the people whom you share with very kind of something very unusual, your own spiritual essence or something that is really important to you. It's going to be connected to these people. So maybe you're like a, you know, maybe it's like a spiritual people who are sharing your spirituality, but it's just really looks like that these people are going to make you feel quite excited and quite optimistic about yourself, and this is always a good sign, and it means that they're like you're sharing so many things in the spiritual journey. But even more so, these people, there is like so much that you're actually going to learn from them, and what you're going to learn from them, it's also going to be necessary for the decisions that you're going to be making very, very soon. So you will see how interesting this life is in terms of certain people crossing our path at a certain moment in time, but even most importantly, what we actually learn out of it. Coco wants to come in. Come, Toro. More say hi to Scorpione. Most importantly, it's what we actually learn. My baby. But most importantly, yeah, you need to pay attention to what we actually learn out of, you know, what you're actually going to learn out of these people. You know, it's going to be playing a very kind of like a really big role in your life, because there is, you know, something specific that you're going to learn, and you're almost going to find it absolutely miraculous is the specific information. And what miraculous you're going to find out about is just basically how strongly you're going to be able to feel somebody's energy in terms of inspiration, how to deal with a certain problem. You're almost like you're going to kind of like become aware of how someone have dealt with a certain problem and they came on top like there is no tomorrow, like a big mama. And this is exactly what you're going to do as well, my gorgeous Scorpione. So this is quite important indeed. And then on another hand, you know, I just like this so much. You are about to rediscover yourself. You're about to rediscover your fire. You're about to rediscover your passion. It's not going to be that long, my gorgeous Scorpione, after you hear this reading whatsoever. But it's about you really kind of like having such a huge, like absolutely mind-blowing spiritual moment. You know, you will on one hand, you're going to be part of a certain situation, and that situation is going to require from you to respond. And the way you're going to respond, it's going to be really mind-blowing in so many different ways, because you will realize how much you've actually learned, how much you actually grew, how much you're actually aware of, how powerful you are, how unique you are, and there is so much that is going to start opening for you after that moment in time. The bottom line is you're going to realize that you have got something very, very special in so many different ways, in terms of knowledge, in terms of your skills and things that you're doing and working on. But then again, more specifically, what you're also going to realize is that, you know, it's not only about the experience, you know, and realization, but also that you are ready, you know, you're ready for the next stage and the next step of your life. But this is to do with your passion, and at the same time it's to do with your passion, is to do with you realizing, oh my God, like you're going to be able to do something so big here. And this is going to surprise you, because you will think like, oh my God, it would take me like absolute ages. So the opportunity is going to really kind of make itself known to you, but at the same time, it's just really going to show you the way, exactly where do you need to put your roots through, you know, where do you need to like kind of put your roots, you know, where do you need to kind of cultivate yourself as like a little herb, you know. This is so important, because it's becoming aware of the part of your life that is going to be literally presented to you, my gorgeous Scorpione, and what is going to surprise you is the actual growth. You're becoming aware of the fact almost immediately, not only that this is going to bring in an ultimate change in your life, but it's the element of growth that this is actually going to have. You are going to make one of the most important decisions, and one of the most important decisions that I'm talking about, it's going to reflect on you and all the people who are important to you, but it's to do with you really kind of doing like something that you wanted to do for such a long time. Over the last 3 years, you have slowed down like drastically, dramatically. So now this is all going to contribute towards your own passion and realizing how precious this life is, how important this life is, but also realizing how powerful you become when you give a credit to yourself. Okay, and by giving credit to yourself means ignore the darkness and sadness and negativity and just keep on following your light. By what I told you, this is so important, that's why I'm repeating this. By following your light, you're helping yourself to stay grounded on top of everything else. By staying grounded, you know, it means also that you are staying centered. By staying centered and grounded, you know, this helps you with your own focus, and your own focus helps you to keep going towards the direction that you should be going towards, not like constantly like letting your energy being stolen by the dark negative entities and sources and all sorts of devilish outside that we're all dealing with at the moment. You say, bye darling, I'm more powerful than this, I'm more stronger than this. So you will establish exactly that maybe the following the certain negativity just affected your way of thinking a bit too much. Sometimes these devilish creatures, they get to the back of our subconscious mind with all sorts of negativity without us even realizing. I know I said this before, but it's very important to mention this again, because what you're gonna do, my gorgeous Scorpione, this is the time of your own transformation that I'm talking about. So you don't get surprised when you feel suddenly like, oh, you want to change this, you want to change that, you will suddenly feel like you want to change like your immediate environment. You're going to feel like you want to change your place of work, maybe, you know. There is so much that you're going to feel like you want to change, and this is so powerful, my gorgeous Scorpione. Every single time when you feel like you want to change this, you want to change that, just take this as a God's gift, take this as a blessing, because now this is coming from somewhere else, and this is preparing you for something better, and this is preparing you for something bigger. So as soon as you kind of like really give yourself to that energy, the sooner you're going to start the process of an important manifestation that is waiting you after that moment in time. But you just allow everything to happen quicker by really removing things that no longer serve you, but also paying attention to what you can bring into your life, you know, that makes more sense to you and that can make you feel so much better about yourself and things like that. So this is the process of transformation that you are going going through, this is not the best time to invest into things financially. Okay, no baby, no, not at the moment, but it's most certainly a great time to just keep going and plan. This is the time to plan, this is the time to focus, and this is the time to invest in your life energetically. Invest in your life. Find out and establish what is missing, you know. And when I say find out and establish what is missing, I am really strictly focusing on your current path and focusing on the things that you're currently doing, because something is missing. You need to add something in. You need to bring something in. What you're going to bring in is going to change everything in the best possible way, and in terms of you bringing so much colorful vibration into your life as well at the same time. So this is something that I need you to remember, my gorgeous Scorpion. It's very important indeed. And also, you know, there are some people that you're gonna come across certain people who are going to be testing you, who are going to be testing your patience, and they will be doing something really weird, something really strange, and this will be getting on your nerves, because you're so wise, you're so intelligent spiritually, you understand so much, and you will understand something what these people who you're going to come across are not going to understand. But you just try not to lose your energy, try not to waste your energy whatsoever, because this is something that I was trying to explain before. You're very open-minded, you're very powerful, you understand, you know, you're very open-minded, so you get things, you know, but not all people are open-minded, and some people don't allow themselves to be open-minded. Some people are never gonna be open-minded as open-minded you are. So be great to your, you know, be happy that you are the one who's so open, you understand so much. So therefore there is no point to waste your energy on people who are never going to open their mind whatsoever. So I need you to understand this. And just one more thing that I was going to say, my gorgeous Scorpione, just pay attention to somebody very vulnerable in your life. Somebody is very vulnerable. And how you're going to establish who this is. This person means to you so much. They will tell you something and it's just absolutely not going to make sense. It's what they're going to tell you. It's really going to surprise you. And then you will know that something is not right with this person. Something is off with this person. So please, somebody is very vulnerable. Somebody maybe like who's quite younger, or somebody who's like a younger spirit, or somebody who's not that experienced in life, is just having a bit of like a dark cloud around them because they're being misguided. And so that's why I just need you to step in and establish who this is as soon as you possibly can. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous Sagittarius. Can you hear me swallowing? Sorry. Sagittarini, my gorgeous Sagittarini, where did you go? Where did you go? Piscelini is up there on top. My gorgeous Sagittarini, I love you so much. Oh my God, you're gonna become aware of like a very interesting element in your life. You're really gonna be surprised. You know, you are about to have very interesting news. And this news that you are going to have, this information, this message, it's really going to surprise you. You're going to find out something very interesting about yourself. And this surprise that I'm talking about, it's actually going to be really, really good, because it's going to make you explore the certain part of your life. It's going to put you on the path to find out a bit more, to explore, because by exploring this situation, by exploring this part of your life, you're also exploring yourself. This is gonna be so good, because this is where your strength is. This is where your power is, by exploring this part of your life. And you will know exactly what am I talking about, because this is to do with things that you are working for. This is to do with things that are currently on your path. You know, by exploring this, you know, you're gonna have a very strong urge to explore the significant part of your life. By doing this, you're also becoming aware. You're going to become aware of your own strength. You're also going to become aware of something else about yourself, which means that, you know, suddenly, because of this, your priority, you're gonna realize like huge priorities are about to change. You're on the same path, you're doing the same thing, you're focusing on things that mean to you so much, you're working on the same things, but what is going to be revealed here is the fact that, you know, they're only going to be like the change in priorities. So you're still doing the same things, but there's something that's going to become way more important to right now pay attention to. Okay, you will know that, you know, this needs to be done because you will protect yourself. You will protect your, like, when I say you will protect yourself, I mean that you will protect, I want to stress this, like, when I say you want to protect yourself, I mean that you're going to protect your finances. I mean, I'm talking about your current path, things that you're working on, your finances, your financial situation, things that belong to you. That's why I say, that's what I mean when I say that you need to like kind of protect, you know, yourself by doing this. So you will, this is all going to become obvious here. So you're on the same path, you're doing the same things that are important to you, but suddenly through this exploration, you will know that, you know, it just the priorities are going to change a little bit. Okay, so you will see that sometimes in this life, we just need to do things the other way around. It doesn't happen always how we want to happen, when we want to happen, but as long as we're on the same path, we are absolutely fine. As long as we're on the right path, we're absolutely fine. That's the most important. But what you're going to realize that sometimes this life is not perfect. And sometimes we have to do things the other way, different way around. But you're going to do the right thing because you are going to protect your finances, you're going to protect your work, you're going to protect your career, and you're going to most importantly protect what's yours. So this is something that you need to remember. And also, I do see that there is going to be a really important conversation with someone who you're about to have, my gorgeous Sagittarini. But I need to repeat this to you, that I need to say this, like that it's not only about the important conversation, but it's going to be connected to someone who is really kind of scary a little bit when it comes to their energy, but it's not obvious how scary they are until they open their mouth, until they start talking. Then this negative energy comes out and it literally takes over, and it becomes so heavy that you don't even know what this person is talking about. Out of the whole hour, you only remember like 3 things. This is the very heavy energy, like a psychic vampire that I'm talking about. So they put their point across, but then again they make you think and they make you believe how they want you to think and believe for their and it's for their advantage, you know, nothing to do with you. So you just need to understand that you are gonna really have an important conversation with someone, but I really do think that you need to be aware of to kind of protect yourself. So when you know that there is an important conversation coming up, and maybe you're not going to be able to be aware of the energy of that person like then and there, but it's about knowing what important conversation you're going to have and how you're going to protect yourself. Because when people have such a negative and dark energy, then they take over, and then we forget about the important things that we should have been talking about, especially when it comes to us putting our foot down. You need to talk here, you need to express yourself, you need to open yourself as much as you can, you need to say things that you want to say, you need to express yourself the way you want to express yourself. But sometimes when people are so intimidating, they're already still half of our energy, but you may not be aware of who this person is, okay, until you start talking. And you may not, sometimes people are not even aware of who this is right until it's way too late, you know, and then you go home and then you realize, oh my God, I should have said this, I should have said that. And this is important. You need to get right. You must not get this wrong. So as soon as you become aware of an important conversation with someone, I need to tell you this. You either protect yourself. I know you can probably say that I'm crazy. I'm used to it. No, you need to protect yourself like with either like a black tourmaline, like I have this like crystal in your pocket, or black onyx, or you can simply have one little bag of like a natural sea salt like that in one hand, one little bag of natural sea salt in another hand, and then you put it in your pockets, on each side of your body, in each pocket you put like a little bag of salt. I know it sounds crazy, but you really do protect your energy really nicely and really beautifully when you have like a little bag of salt in each pocket. Or you can simply have a black tourmaline. It's like absolutely ridiculously powerful. And also black onyx, it's really powerful as well when it comes to protecting your energy so much from other people. And and also tiger's eye, it's really brilliant because it helps you to like kind of protect yourself, but it also keeps an evil eye away. So you can like do this, if you don't have a crystals, you can just get a salt and you can put it in your pockets, and you will see how much better this is actually going to be, because it protects your energy, it protects your vibration, so this negativity doesn't come into your spiritual bubble. So this is important. This is what you do as soon as you become aware of like a really kind of conversation that is going to be quite important. So this is something that needs to be done, because it's going to help you to express yourself. It's going to help you, if you do this, it's going to help you to like kind of preserve your energy, and that is going to block their energy from kind of entering your energy and draining you out and manipulating you. So this is why this is so important, my gorgeous Sagittarini. I really wanted to say this. And then on another hand, also, oops, here my little plants, every day, every time I film, they are just placed in a different way because they're growing, they're changing. You see little kitty saying hello. Yeah, so basically, yeah, and also, this is so good. You are suddenly also gonna feel so inspired when it comes to like, your home. When it comes to like doing a big change, you will be so inspired because you are, for the first time in a long time, you will become aware of the fact that you're going to be able to do the big change, and this big change is going to reflect on your home. And this is brilliant. You are reaching a very significant part of your life, and this in itself is going to mean to you the most. What you need to do, and pay attention to your skills. What do you do? What do you like doing? How do you like expressing yourself? And just stay on that path. Stay focused. Now it's important, my gorgeous Sagittarini, more than ever. Please stay focused, because by staying focused, you are about to have one of the biggest successes of your life. It's to do with where you are now. It's to do with your current path. It's to do with things that you are focusing on. But at the same time, it's to do with you not realizing the full extent of the actual success that you're actually going to have, because it's going to make you aware of little bits, step at a time. You're going to become aware of the success, but also later on, this is going to bring you an ultimate success when it comes to you making a huge change, big massive change when it comes to your home and immediate environment that financially needs lots of finances in order to do. So where you're at right now, you're gonna do really great. You're gonna do really well. Just a little bit longer and you will see exactly what I mean. Okay, so now the next sign, it's going to be my gorgeous Capricorn. Okay, so my gorgeous Capricornians, where are you, my darling? Ooh la la, you see, you are about to become aware of a very, very interesting opportunity. Capricornius, my gorgeous Capricorn, you are about to become aware of a very interesting, very, very interesting opportunity. And I say interesting because for once, it's really going to surprise you. It's going to be a mind-blowing moment in time, the way it's going to happen. But it's also, even most importantly, it's going to surprise you the way you're going to feel about these interesting opportunities. Interesting opportunities. There are two things that are going to take over and two things that are going to be highlighted. This in itself is going to bring you an inspiration, and that inspiration is going to really help you, and it's going to start helping you to get to know a very specific part of yourself that you need to work on. And also it's to do with the part of yourself that is going to reconnect you with an unfinished business. That unfinished business is going to be speaking to you, it's going to be talking to you, and you will know that this is something that you need to do in terms of making one of the biggest progresses and one of the biggest developments in your life when it comes to your personal promotion. This is going to kind of like really pretty much so play an important role when it comes to your personal promotion, but when it comes to the promotion of so many other things in your life that you're trying to achieve, that you're trying to make successful, because by doing this you are going to become fully aware of, and you will see exactly why am I saying this, you're going to become fully aware of that this is not only going to become a successful part of your life later on, it's something that you need to do, but it's also going to bring you an ultimate change in your life, especially when it comes to something really specific that you wanted to happen, something really specific that you wanted to kind of manifest, something really specific that is just gonna really make you feel so vibrant about your life, and vibrant about the things ahead, and vibrant about the future planning. This is absolutely brilliant. And then on another hand, what else I was going to say, this in itself is going to bring you an amazing accomplishment. This is going to bring you something big. So this is what I need you to remember. So it's all about like knowing what you're inspired about, but then at the same time realizing like, my God, that you're going to start moving like in so many different directions. And my gorgeous Capricornians, you need a movement. You do need the movements like in a different directions. You will realize that you were like kind of stuck for such a long time, and you do not let your energy to be stuck ever again. And also over the last 24 months, you have learned an absolutely invaluable lesson, and the part of the invaluable lesson that you've learned is the fact that you're never ever going to allow some negative dark entity like darkness, sadness, negativity to actually take over, that managed to kind of affect your life in such a way when you don't even know this person, you don't even know these people. You don't worry, you have learned your lesson. I'm not saying that you needed to learn a lesson because you're one of the signs who just know. You just look at things and you know. I'm not saying that you learned a lesson, but I'm saying that this is to do with an important learning curve here that I'm talking about, because something is really going to be highlighted here, and it's actually going to make you feel really great about yourself, and that in itself is going to start elevating you already on the next level. When I say that you're going to start feeling elevated and you're going to start elevating on the next level, I mean that, you know, you will just suddenly, you will know that there is a certain compromise that you're going to have. There is a certain compromise that you're going to become aware of. Before you would be like, no baby, no, and now you're going to be like, yeah baby, because you will see things you didn't see before, because you will feel things that you didn't feel before. You will feel the inspiration that is going to be like a biggest mama ever, you know. So this is why this is going to be brilliant. It's going to feel completely different. Inspiration, feeling artistic, and also at the same time, you know, it's just like it's like about that compromise. It's going to be absolutely evident, and normally you would be like, absolutely no way, but now you will know. I'm almost like oh my God, you became so much more mature, but in spiritual terms, you know. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you're not mature normally, you know. I say this because people are so sensitive sometimes, you know. But it's like basically it's like it's brilliant. Things are really moving on. 3 major aspects of your life are about to change. What these are, this is about to become absolutely obvious to you. It's going to be undeniable. On another hand, please, my gorgeous Capricornians, I'm keep on saying this. Oh my God, that's because you're so open-minded. You're going to be, someone is going to try to wind you up. And it's nothing like, it's nothing scary. It's not an awful argument like, you know what I mean? It's like nothing scary, too horrible, too ugly. No, baby, no. But it's ugly enough to piss you off, you know? It's ugly enough to make you feel a little bit uncomfortable. And please remember this. You're gonna, again, this is so important. You're gonna come across people who, oh my God, I could say like too far gone, but you're gonna come across people who are, I would like to say this time, like very, very closed-minded. There's some people that are never going to open their mind. There's some people that are ridiculously open-minded. It's amazing, like really amazing. And that these people are elevating their spirit, like wow. And it's meant to be like this. Some people are closed-minded, and there is still a little bit of help there. You can open their mind and you see they're trying, that, you know, okay, cool. Some people are kind of like really kind of giving, and, you know, they do a bit, you know. But some people are just never going to open their minds at all. It's sad. And, you know, with certain things in life, you need to be open-minded. You need to allow your energy to flow. You allow your energy to flow by allowing yourself to think. If you don't allow yourself to think, who do you allow yourself to think for? No, baby, no. You know, so that's why I'm saying, my gorgeous Capricorns, this is very important to actually understand that, you know, you are going to come across some people that are going to be like very, very closed-minded, way too far gone with everything. So try to preserve your energy and try to understand that some people can never open their minds. Some people are always stay closed-minded, and be happy with yourself that you are the way you are. Be happy with yourself that you understand, because this is a blessing. Because if you didn't understand what you understand now, you would have really kind of like, oh my God, something would go like terribly wrong. So, you know, so this is brilliant. Be happy. So when that happens, just have a smile on your face, and it looks like you're going to try to prove a certain point to people, but there is no point to try to prove this certain point to people. So basically, I know I'm going for ages, so the bottom line is you are going to be wound up. Someone is going to try to wind you up, but just remember, instead of like fighting, or instead of to try to waste your energy by proving the point that you're never going to prove these people, just smile and be glad that you are the way you are. Because if you are not the way you are, your life would be like, oh, you would not like your life. Okay, so this is something you need to remember. And also, you know, there is a very strong connection that you are going to feel, you know, when it comes to your, you know, the specific element of you when it comes to your past. You know, you will remember that you were burnt in your past. There is some kind of negative situation that is going to be on your mind, because you will see something again, something completely out of the blue, and it's going to remind you of how you were like kind of burnt in your past. And you will also, that is also in itself going to be playing an important role when it comes to your personal transformation, but also when it comes to you feeling even strongly and realizing that, you know, that all this time the power was within you. The power is within. This is only going to highlight the importance of, you know, just doing things that make sense to you only. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous Aquamarini. I'm going to be just 1 second. Hey Coco, my Coco, my baby. Okay, my little baby. He's so cute, you know, both of them, Cressida and Coco. They're very cute indeed. It's the animals are like so beautiful. Animals are the most amazing creatures on this planet. Animals incredible. I very strongly think that we are very strongly meant to be coexisting. We are meant to be coexisting with animals. Animals are meant to be coexisting with us. I don't care what anyone else says. This is my opinion, and I'm absolutely sticking to it 1,000,000%, which means that if I'm seeing a little deer in the forest and I give a little bit of food to that deer and she likes it, you know, and then she brings like 10 other friends and I give to all of them food, absolutely brilliant. You know, they can go and eat their food in the forest when they want, but I also know that we have a very strong connection. Like they're coming back and I've chucked them food a little bit, they love it and we love it, and this is how it's meant to be. We are meant to be coexisting. I know that the animals are like, oh yeah, they're like in the forest, you should just leave. Oh shush, you know, you should just leave forest animals. Yeah, of course you should leave them, but I'm strongly saying that there is the relationship, the relationship in between humans and animals is so strong, it's so powerful, and there is so much more to it. There is so much more to it that was never discussed. Okay, so there is so much more when it comes to relationship in between humans and animals, whether these are just kitties or whether there are any animals that cross your path, any animals that comes into your energy, any animals that comes into your life. You know, it's there is so much more to it. There is so much more to it, and 1,000,000% we are meant to be coexisting. I don't care what people say, okay? So because the relationship in between the human and animal can be so powerful, so strong. There is so much of energy reading going on. There is so much of like internal knowing going on. There is so much of telepathy going on. It's like, oh my God. So anyway, so now me talking about animals, okay, you know, my gorgeous aquamarini, this is for you, my darling. You're gonna realize, you know, how important is to be compassionate, to have a compassion, but also you're gonna realize the importance of being patient. The importance of being patient, okay? So this is something that you're gonna realize this week, because oh my God, you're gonna be dealing with a very interesting, not this week, sorry. You're gonna realize soon, sorry, I've just gone to weekly readings now, sorry, you're gonna realize this very soon. By the way, these readings, they don't have timing, so this is you're gonna hear these readings whenever you're meant to hear them. Don't worry about it, okay? So even if I said this week, it doesn't really matter, my gorgeous aquamarinis, but you are going to hear this when you're meant to hear this. Very soon you're gonna learn that you need to be patient, and because there is somebody that you know it's connected to you in your life that needs your help. Listen, I know, like, it's not to do with the dark Lala, please don't attack me, you know. It's not to do with the dark Lala, but somebody needs your help. Somebody, it's not really okay, and maybe it's to do with like maybe the person is getting like a little bit older. Maybe the person, like, I'm not saying that something is wrong with people getting older, but I'm just saying that maybe it's like with the certain illnesses that starts happening to people when they get a little bit older, they get affected by it and then it takes over. That's what I'm trying to say, so no one gets offended, you know. It's nothing to do with getting older, but it's to do with a maybe illness that affects people when they start getting older. So someone is being terribly misguided, somebody is being terribly misled, and you know already who am I talking about. You already know who this is, so you need to really step through and step forward. Why do you need to have a patience, and why did I say to you that you're going to learn how to have a patience? Because sometimes we can't do things so quickly, immediately. The patience that you're going to need to learn is with that person who means to you so much, but at the same time why you're also going to need to have a patience, because you are going to need to prove your point, and by proving your point you're going to need to take a little time, and by taking a little time I mean that you are going to need to kind of prove something that some other person or other people are affecting these people, affecting this person who means to you so much. By the way, this is someone who is very close to you and means to you so much, so you're going to need to be patient in order to take one step at a time, to do everything how you should actually be doing, how you should be doing one thing at a time. But you are going to need to prove your point in such a way when you're going to need to have some kind of evidence in order to prove that this maybe people are trying to do something to that particular person. So someone is trying to take an advantage of someone who is very close to you and who is very important to you, who means the world of everything to you. So it's other family member, very close family member, you know, or it's going to be like a very, 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 very close friend. But you will know who this is. You already know who am I talking about, because that person is very clever, very intelligent, very kind of quirky, very spiritual, but also very successful when it comes to finances. So you will know, hey Coco, my baby, hey, hey, hey. You will know who this is, my gorgeous Aquamarini. You already know who this is. You're very clever, you're ridiculously intelligent, and this came to you. They just came to you not that long ago, maybe a few days ago. This just came to you. So this was already, I can see it here. You see, this was already on your mind, my gorgeous Aquamarini. But you need to be very tactical. You need to be very careful, because the people that you're going to be dealing with, you're also going to become aware of that there's some kind of like, oh my God, they're quite scary. And because they're trying to take an advantage of someone who means to you so much. This is going to make you feel really emotional. But what you need to remember is once when you establish who this person or who these people are that are trying to take an advantage of someone very close to you, what you need to remember, you don't come out and scream, you don't come out and shout, you don't have an argument with them. No, baby, no. These people are too scary, too dangerous, okay? So what you need to remember is to actually try to protect the person who means to you so much, but you're going to have to do this in such a way where these other people don't even know what's happening. These other people don't even know what's going on. These other people don't even know that you know this, but you will know what I mean. So please try to do something about it. This is very important, my gorgeous aquamarinis, indeed. And I'm repeating this. You already thought about this. That was already on your mind. And, you know, the things are going to actually start, you know, the things are going to unfold in the right way. But you just have to give it a time and you just have to do it properly. And also, you know, my gorgeous aquamarinis, you are going to have some kind of idea, very interesting idea. And the idea that I'm talking about is to do with the finances, is to do with the money. This idea is just like, oh my God, you will understand like about 89% of this idea. There is a small part of this going to be completely insignificant in compared to everything else, but this idea is going to be absolutely brilliant. And I know that you're going to be, this is to do with the finances, and it's to do with your cleverness, it's to do with your intelligence, it's to do with you thinking in the right way, it's to do with you thinking about the right things, but it's also it's to do with you giving credit to yourself. The one problem that I see here is that you're just going to not have the sense of timing. Something is going to kind of feel wrong when you're thinking about that financial idea, but at the same time, you know what? I want to say to you that you are actually, this is going to happen really quickly. I see a white rabbit here. White rabbit symbolizes something really important, something really precious. It symbolizes something really successful. It symbolizes something really powerful. It symbolizes something that is going to happen really quickly, you know, because the rabbit is quick. So the white color in the rabbit symbolizes really good, optimistic, powerful, strong, you know, unique, you know, very powerful. But then also rabbit symbolizes quick jump. This is a big mama I'm talking about, because that idea that you're going to have, it's going to happen much quicker, much sooner, but for some reason you are not going to be aware of the sense of timing. And this looks like, to me, it's like a bit of a challenge that you're going to need to take on. So you're going to step into it, you're going to need to step into it with a leap of faith, not knowing about the actual timing. But I'm telling you that I'm seeing here white rabbit, so it's going to happen very, very quick indeed. So when that idea comes to you, just go for it. And also at the same time, somebody really beautiful, somebody so important to you, somebody so significant to you in your life, it's going to confirm this to you. Somehow, just out of the blue, somebody a really beautiful and really unique, beautiful person, somebody who you really love so much, and somebody who you know so well as well, somebody who's very spiritual, again, very powerful, you know, somebody's going to confirm this to you, and you will know that this is like kind of like, oh my God, and they will confirm this to you. Just it's not going to happen directly, but it's going to happen through the power of synchronicity, which is going to be even more significant, because then and there, this is going to start the process of inspiration, but it's also going to start the process of healing as well. Almost like a few minutes after that moment in time, it's all about you really just feeling very strongly about this change that you want to make. As the time goes by, the more stronger you are actually going to feel, and you are most importantly going to start thinking about a certain aspect of your life, and you will become aware of this bright prospect. So it's almost like it was down to this person to confirm this to you. And this is someone who's like really spiritual, really special, somebody rather psychic, somebody very open-minded, somebody with a very strong third psychic eye. You know, it's going to confirm this to you. And then as soon as that happens, you're going to become aware of the bright prospects and so many other things around, and almost immediately there is going to be an urge to explore. And this is something you need to follow. This is something you need to do, because it's leading towards the new beginning, but it's also going to make you feel so much more optimistic and so much more enthusiastic about the path you're currently on. Okay, so now The next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous Pisces. Just a second. I'll just drink a little bit of water. Coco, do you want to say hi to Pisces? Let's bring Coco. Coco is going to say hi. Cocolino, no. Say hi to Pisces. Come on. Say hi to Pisces. Pisces has got, oh sugar, Cocolino. Okay, that went wrong because, okay, here, there you go. No, don't freak out. You know, because he was in the, say hi to Pisces. Hi Pisces, my name is Cocolino Tambolina. He was in the window and there was like this string that was like ended up being in between his leg, and then he got freaked out. My baby. Hi Coco. Say hi to Pisces. Hi Pisces. Okay, there you go, my baby. Oh gosh, so much hair now. Pisces. My God, sorry. Okay, let me just let Coco out. Sorry, Pisces. Terrible. There you go. Okay, so now, my gorgeous Pisces, I want to say something to you. Okay, you are about to have an opportunity of your lifetime. You are about to have an opportunity of your lifetime, and I'm so happy for you. First of all, what is going to happen, it's going to be you're about to have a quite important information that you're going to get hold of, and that information that you're going to get hold of, it's going to really it's going to make you feel so good about yourself, because for some reason you're going to feel so inspired, and this inspiration is just going to be completely undeniable. And this inspiration that I'm talking about in itself, it's going to in turn into a moment of you really wanting to find out a bit more about this. So it's going to resolve in you a kind of to explore. But then exploration, once you kind of throw yourself into once you find out a bit more, then that in itself is going to make you aware of the big massive opportunity. This opportunity, it's going to be mind-blowing, but it's at the same time going to require from you to understand that there are certain changes that are going to be necessary in your life, and your patience is going to be tested, your strength is going to be tested, but also you're going to need to be very courageous indeed. What you need to do after that moment in time, you just need to follow this flow, this inspiration, when it comes to you feeling inspired, but also when it comes to you exploring, because it's going to be very interesting what is going to be at the same time revealed to you once you start exploring that specific part of your life. The bottom line is you are about to have an important opportunity. This is going to be the opportunity of your lifetime, in terms of money, in terms of success, in terms of finances, in terms of your planning, in terms of your future planning. This is going to bring you one of the greatest successes of your life. Please be as open-minded as you possibly can, because it of course comes with a certain challenges, and the challenges that I'm talking about are gonna, like, when you find like exploring yourself, you will want to explore the specific part of your life. You will know what this is, and you will know what am I talking about, because it's to do with your passion, it's to do with your energy, it's to do with your optimism, you know. But what you must not do is like kind of to think negatively, and you must ignore negative news, the low vibrational news that you get from the outside that hasn't got anything to do with your life. Protect yourself, protect your energy, protect your power. I said this on numerous occasions, that sometimes we don't even watch something very sad and negative all the time in order to pick up on this vibration. It damages us. But sometimes we are hearing this, with our subconscious mind, and it gets stuck and it's affecting so much. Sometimes we just go out and see that the people are very low in vibration and very low in energy, and even that can affect us. These are the things that I'm talking about that you need to pay attention to, or maybe not to pay attention to, in order to come out of it and just allow yourself to go on the next stage, next step of your life. I'm telling you that you are going to have the biggest opportunity of your lifetime. But before that, it's going to come up. It's like, first of all, you will explore what I said before is the information, then you will want to inspiration, then the inspiration, baby, and then you will want to explore. And then once you start exploring, you are about to find out so many things about yourself that are going to be impossible to ignore. But at the same time, it's about, you know, having enough courage to step towards the unknown, and also not allowing any kind of negative vibration to take over. This is the time to pay attention to what this is, but it's also the time to give a credit to yourself, because the part of the challenge that you're going to have, so this is to do with this opportunity is to do with the finances, is to do with your money, is to do with your personal security. This is very important, but it's also to do with a specific part of your life that you have been waiting for so long, because it's going to help you to change your life, but it's going to help you to start expressing yourself the way you want to express yourself. It's going to help you to live your life the way you want to live your life. The life on this earth is so short. It goes like that. We are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. 100 some people if they're lucky, you know. It goes like that. My point is, don't waste your life and don't waste your energy on things that don't make sense, on people who absolutely don't make sense, on things that makes you feel really unhappy. Now it's time for you to just keep going, my gorgeous Pisces. You are remarkably clever, intelligent. You're both intelligent in and out when it comes to spirituality, and when it comes to in terms of like success. You're very intelligent. Make the most of it. You're reaching a full circle, my gorgeous Pisces, okay? So when you reach the full circle in your life, you know, of course that you're going to become aware of the specific parts of your life, like kind of like slowly coming to an end. But this is the part of the natural process, the part of the natural cycle. But at the same time, you also become well aware on a much higher level that you are in for an ultimate change. And that feeling is going to be completely undeniable, and it's going to make you even more powerful, even more strong, even more courageous. It's going to make you aware of your own strength in the best possible way, but it's also going to make you aware of something that you need to do in order to protect your finances, in order to like kind of protect your life in general, when it comes to doing the right things, when it comes to your financial situation I'm talking about. And also, you know, I can see that you know, it is the you're going to be wondering quite a lot with all this, like you're still going to be like kind of like, oh, you know, there's still going to be certain challenges ahead that is going to be kind of unresolved, but you will know that you're going to need to get to them at some moment in time. But whatever you comes up, you're going to deal with very successfully. You're going to be very successful about this. But I'm telling you that what is very kind of like really important about life to understand, and about our spiritual journey, every single time before something big happens, every single time before some kind of new path opens up, the new doorway opens up, the new portal opens up, we naturally have challenges. The more we respond to these challenges like in the way of like just keep going forward, the more successful we are going to be. You ignore these challenges and they're going to disappear. Don't pay attention to the challenges around and they're gonna disappear. Just keep going, because you are on the right path. This is a very important for you to remember. And also, do you know what you're gonna do with this? You're also going to avoid the devil. You're going to avoid the dark energy. You're going to avoid the dark vibration, which means that you have found yourself tangled in a negative and dark web of lies that have nothing to do with your life, but at the same time they affected your life big time. This is going to become obvious because yet again you're going to have a confirmation about like a certain people or certain group of people being very deceiving. So this is going to happen at the right moment in time, because it is going to be quite beneficial when it comes to you having that final push, when it comes to like really pretty much so giving credit to yourself, but allowing yourself to progress, you know, because it's to do with the part of your life that got stuck, but you didn't realize how much it actually affected you. This is going to bring you success, but at the same time, it's going to really make you aware of the fact that what happened over the last 3 to 4 years in your life is just kind of unfolded in a very unusual way in terms of your own knowledge, in terms of your own experience. You have learned such an important, mind-blowing lesson, and the lesson that you have learned is your own power, the power of your own strength, and how courageous you become, but most importantly, what you want to avoid for the rest of your life. You have learned something, you know, exactly what to avoid, which type of people to avoid, which type of situations to avoid, but most importantly, you will realize the importance of your own like power in terms of keeping going no matter what, you know, because the more you do this, the more powerful you become. The more you do this, the brighter light at the end of the tunnel is going to be. Okay, my gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.